I like to make poetry mixtapes for you. This one doesn't have a particular theme, it's just been a rather pleasant day and I wanted to have some fun with you. Still, I can go to bed. Why can't I? Who says? Oh, I'm alone. Well then, just a little longer, I suppose. Running into you. When you see him, tell him I said, I love him, much as I ever did, that I didn't pretend I'm not still his. Let him know that you suspected I was overjoyed to bump into his friend by serendipitous happenstance. So much so that you started to wonder at the coincidence, at the time and placement, if maybe I'd waited where I thought our paths might cross to get the message passed off, as though you were deployed. Well, you could leave out the last bit if you wanted. Anyway, it was nice running into you. Black and red. Drink from my cracked skull. Headless, I'll pour you more of an elixir you stole, a thick mixture like liquor. You're darker like charcoal. I'm matured, sweeter by nature. Use my cranium as a bowl. Yours is black-stained and makes everything taste of dirt. The red of mine, like wine sipped from bony orbitals, is an exotic flavor and refresher to the tongue of a troll. Slut King. Unlordly, you thought you'd come back to the best after trying anything else you could get. That's a laugh, a real jest. You lost the spoils of war for all your conquests. You weren't the victor, the downfall of the greedy slut king, powerless and praised for nothing, a queenless conqueror of whores that left him for kings more powerful, undeserving of someone faithful, unrewarded for all his tours. Me, I'm an empress, and I get an emperor. Radioactivity. I don't want to get involved. You don't know what happened before. You're hitting a wall when I know you want more. I just can't get that emotional. I want a lover, but need to keep control. There's a crack in my nuclear reactor that needs a cover, so I don't go Chernobyl. Thank you. For so long, it was like the future wasn't in my cards. Like if I couldn't have love, I was happy with a broken heart. Off was on, dying in art. Strung up and along, I was filled with being starved. I kept my head down, stayed strong, where it was bleak and stark. I tried to do a good job, though it felt like a farce. I was withdrawn, my place carved. After what I'd undergone, making these plans, here where we are, proves it's a new dawn, that it was all written in the stars. I'm moving in less than 2 weeks with a myriad of polarly opposing emotions and thoughts that are oddly balancing the sides of the scale into a very level and balanced feeling inside. And I keep thinking of that song by Casey Musgraves, Happy and Sad, where she talks about being happy and sad at the same time, being worried about coming down when you're so high up, or I remember hearing that song for the first time, and I was talking to somebody that I'd known for ages, and I just said, have you ever had that feeling like happy and sad simultaneously? Because I feel like that's like just a regular core emotion that it's just a very large swath of my palette for emotions. And they were like, oh yeah, of course, sad pee. And I was like, yeah, sad pee. And then sometimes like I kind of like to take a poll, and I'll let people know that, I've talked to somebody else about the same topic, like I'll cite conversations like it was a research paper, and I'll just, get their opinion and tell them like, this is where that conversation left off, and what would you like to contribute to it? Have you ever felt happy and sad at the same time? And they were like, no, how could you feel that? And I was like, well, because it's beautiful, but it's tragic, or because you're so happy to be there, but so sad to have left. And, of course, like it would, come to a lot of people's mind that you could feel those emotions very strongly at the same time. But it was really interesting to me that the person that I had so many great times with, but never really connected emotionally with as much as the first person that I just mentioned, that they would have such different answers to that. And I always think it's so interesting how people feel so differently, and how their perspective is so different. Like I was talking to an air sign the other day, and I was like, oh, do you find that you get in your head more, or that you're more moody? And they were like, well, I guess if I, had to say so, sure, it's definitely more in my head. And I'm like, well, see, I'm a little bit more moody if it comes to it. And the first person I just mentioned in that example was a water sign versus the other one that was a fire sign. And it's always interesting to consider people's nature. And in my nature is to move a lot. It's funny, sometimes I really plant my roots for like a full year like I have this time, and it is just, the term gut-wrenching keeps coming to mind on this move, because I quite literally don't think I have ever been this excited and this sad to leave somewhere. Like it's just a very new chapter for me, and I'm so happy that I get to bring you with. Like when I was younger, I brought my pet cat with me out of state, and I remember thinking, this is my first friend that I get to bring with me somewhere when I move. And in a relationship, like my first long-term relationship, they moved with me out of state, and I was so happy to have, a human that wasn't a family member experience that with me. And this is super cool. I'm going somewhere that I am so excited about. So rambling aside, I can't wait. It's very possible that the next time that I record something, that I will be at my new bungalow and you'll be there with me. And I will have lots to play with and show you in the meantime that I've recorded here. And so, all right, go listen to Casey Musgraves or something else that's really amazing, like Chick Chick Chick. And have a great night. I hope you really enjoyed these, and comment, like, and subscribe for more healthy and alternative content.